For as long as I could remember, I had thick, luscious hair. But then I did this. And now it's all gone. And today I wanted to talk about why I shaved my head, and that's because I'm suffering from something called male pattern baldness, which is genetic. I don't know if it can not be genetic too, but pretty much I was balding, my hair was thinning, it just kept going rapidly worse. Hairline kept going back, and I got very insecure about my hair. This is something that a lot of guys deal with. I didn't think I always thought I was gonna have hair. My Uncle Ricky, when I was younger, he's completely bald. A lot of the guys in my family are bald, so it's definitely genetic. I'm probably gonna be fully bald one day. As you could see from the video, my hair has grown out quite a bit. It's been about 2 months since I shaved my head. I don't know if it's growing back thicker or just the longer your hair is, the thinner it looks. I think that's the thing, but I don't know, it looks better. My hairline's obviously still like Goku from Dragon Ball Z or whatever. I don't know if it's Goku or the other one, which is Vegeta, I don't know what his name is. But I never watched Dragon Ball Z. I've seen the memes of it, like I got the hairline of this guy or whatever. But yeah, I just thought I'd talk about my hair loss journey or story today. I was actually gonna get a hair transplant this month. It was gonna be January 10th. I was gonna get my hair transplant. I don't even know when I'm gonna post this video, but January 10th, I was gonna get a hair transplant, and I wanted to talk about why I'm not gonna get a hair transplant, at least right now. I wanna talk about what I think caused my hair loss. I wanna talk about how it affected me, and probably why you should shave your head too. So pretty much, I'll take it way back. Like I said, I always had long hair, always had thick hair, and I really think I attached my identity to my hair at one point. But I remember when I shaved my head, I actually cried, which is not shown in any of the videos, but I did get emotional. And when I was younger, I cut my long hair, and also I cried from that as well. And I think it's just because I put so much focus on my hair being something that I don't know, defines me or makes me attractive, or I don't know. It was like an ego thing. I think I held a lot of ego in my hair, and to get rid of it was really hard. It took me so long to accept that it was as bad as it was. And I think that probably is relatable to a lot of guys. I know I'm not the only man out there that is suffering from balding and hair thinning and hair loss, and there's even girls that deal with it too. My first time I noticed losing hair and my hair thinning was probably 2015. It was because I just lost 60 pounds. I haven't talked about it much, but I have talked about it a little bit, my eating disorders and stuff. And that's the first time I actually noticed hair loss. And I remember there was one moment where I was sitting at the table. This was in LA. This was literally downstairs at the same apartment complex. And I remember sitting at the table and I was just running my hands through my hair. And I was pulling clumps and clumps and clumps of my hair out, where I'm dude, I don't know what's wrong. Am I sick? Am I I didn't even think that I was going bald. I was just oh, my hair will grow back. My hair's shedding because it's winter time or something. But no, I was losing a lot of hair because I just wasn't having enough nutrition or vitamins. My libido was affected. My hair loss was affected. And it's crazy because the libido thing I was talking about the other day, and I probably lost about 50% of my hair just from poor nutrition and starving myself. I think the main things that made me lose my hair, first time, was probably my anorexia. Before, after, wasn't too hot, and I lost a lot of hair, but I still had decently thick hair, lost a little bit of the hairline, lost a little bit of the thickness, but barely even noticeable for me in anybody else. Number two was I started noticing it very ever so slightly in my first relationship I've ever had. And I think that was just pure genetics. Every guy in my family, besides my brother, for some reason, he has the thickest head of hair. My brother's the only person in our family that's a guy and has a thick head of hair. But every other man in our family is either bald or completely lost the top and had the sides. My dad passed away when he was 42, and he started losing his hair around 30, late 30s. So I'm losing it earlier than he is when he was alive. I think that has a play to it. Is just as I was getting older, my hair was getting slightly thinner. But I don't think I was gonna lose my hair until like late 30s if it wasn't for anorexia and the other things that I'm about to talk about. I will say, genetics is huge. Regardless, my hairline was gonna go back. My hair was gonna thin, but I think these other things just sped it up faster. And then the third thing was after that breakup with that girlfriend I had, I just went out and just started drinking and drinking and drinking. I was drinking probably. I think I calculate how many times I drink per year because I'm trying to get less and less alcohol per year. And I think that year was like 150 days I drank, which is half the year, like a little under half the year in days. And I don't mean like a drink of alcohol, I mean like drunk. That was around March 2019. So the anorexia was around 2015 when I was 19 years old. And then I started to notice my genetics catching up with me in like 2018. But it wasn't that bad. I was just like, oh, my hairline's a little bit farther back than it was. And then in 2019 to 2020, I started drinking a lot at this bar I was working at. Shout out to Davey Wayne's. And I was doing food, security, all this stuff. And I was just going out to a bunch of bars in Los Angeles, doing the thing. I was brokenhearted and sad and doing just a bunch of degenerate activities. Good thing I didn't get into drugs because I think drugs would have sped it up faster. Alcohol, I think, really took a toll on my hair. Because from when I noticed my hairline going back and actually noticed and getting scared in 2018, then after the breakup started drinking, it only took like about 5 months of drinking for me to really notice my hair getting long and stringy. And I think the alcohol took a toll on it because I think it just causes unnecessary stress to your body or something. I don't know. Maybe there's a scientific study on that. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I think caused my hair loss. I don't know exactly what caused it. None of this could even be right, and it could just be genetics, straight up genetics. But yeah, so pretty much after alcohol, after I was like partying and drinking, I just noticed the hair getting long and stringy. And that brings me to another thing, which is the fourth. I think having long hair in general was making my hair fall out somehow. I think because with long hair, it's kind of pooling on your head a little bit. And I don't know if that's true because I know girls have long hair or whatever, but I don't think I was taking great care of my hair either. One, I was doing no preventative matters is what I was thinking. I wasn't doing minoxidil, I wasn't doing vitamins, wasn't doing any of this, wasn't washing my hair. I was told not to wash your hair every day when you have long hair. That's what someone told me, like don't wash your hair every day. And I know a lot of girls don't wash their hair every day. So I was like, okay, I'll just take care of my hair like girls. I'm kind of bored talking about this. I'm just bored. I think this is a myth, but some people say it's not a myth. I just started wearing hats every day because my hair only looked good when I washed it. But since I didn't wash my hair every day, and when I washed my hair, it would look good, and when I didn't wash it, it wouldn't look good, I would just wear a beanie. Because I'm like, oh, I don't have to do my hair. I don't have to do my hair. I don't have to worry about my hair. So I just threw on a hat. And some people say wearing hats speeds up your hair loss. And I'm like, I don't know if that's true or not. I really don't. I don't know. I think the hair loss, the hat one, I think that's bullshit. I think that's a myth. I don't even think that one's real. And then on top of that, the next thing, like I said, the pandemic hit and I got COVID. And I think that's when I really started noticing it was right before the pandemic hit. So I think the alcohol took a toll, the hats took a toll, all that took a toll. And then I was like, fuck, my hair is thin. This is bad, blah, 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 blah. And then I hear on the news that COVID causes hair loss. And I'm like, no. I can't get this virus because then I'm going to be completely bald. And then boom, I got it. I got a COVID. And I don't know if COVID caused me to have hair loss or not, but it did get thinner. after I got COVID. I will say that. And I had a cough for about a year. That sucked. Those are like all of the reasons why I think my hair loss was progressively getting worse. I do think the number one reason for all of my hair loss, definitely stress. It had to be. Because the more I stressed, the more my hair fell out. I don't know. I just think people don't think stress does much to their body, but my roommate has told me, he read a book where it's like stress literally kills people and stuff. Like stress will kill you faster than anything. I feel stressed talking right now. And that's something that I really need to learn, is like how to work on my stress levels. I'm not saying your hair loss is because of stress, your hair loss is because of alcohol, your hair loss, yours could be coming from pure genetics. It could be coming from anything. I'm just telling you what I think mine's coming from, my whole journey. Yeah, I just need to find a way to de-stress and maybe my hair will come back. My hairline is gone. The hairline is gone. There's nothing I could do about it. The only thing you can do about hair that's gone, is hair transplant. That's the only thing you can do. The top of my hair can thicken up. They say it can thicken up, but here's the thing. I've been doing finasteride, minoxidil. I have a laser cap that shoots fucking laser beams into my head. Microneedling, all this stuff, and none of it has actually even shown anything. Since I've shaved my head, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Your hair might just be too long.
Yeah, you look good. Okay. I like that, actually.
And truthfully, you might look good with a shaved head. You might not. I'm blessed, thank God, because my head shape was not weird when I shaved my head. I know a lot of people wondering about that. Am I gonna look good bald? Oh my God, can bald guys be attractive? And then I shaved my head and I'm like, damn, I'm a pretty fucking good looking bald guy. No, but it actually, I had the thought like, you know what? It doesn't look that bad. It was a shocker, but like, insert picture of me fully bald right here. That's not that bad. Insert another picture of me here. And some people even said in my comments on Instagram, like, wow, bro looks better bald. And I'm like, hey, I don't know if that's true or not, but I do like the long hair. I do miss the long hair a little bit, if I'm being honest, but I'm still shocked that I have short hair. I look in the mirror, I'm like, I don't feel like I'm looking at me. But I'm just a new me. I don't know how to explain that. I know it sounds cheesy, like new me, but once I shaved my head, I felt like a new person. And I think shaving my head, I don't know if it thickened it. I know that's like probably a myth too. Shave your head, it'll come back thicker. I don't think that's true, but I think it just being shorter makes it look thicker. But watch, my hair's still thin on top. It's just when you move it over like this a little bit, it covers it up. See? You could still see through that shit, you know? Like, I will say one last thing about what I think caused me hair loss, and I think dating. I think girls cause me a lot of stress. I think I have like, kind of like an anxious, I think I just get anxiety from relationships and dating and stuff. And there's something called retroactive jealousy as well that I will talk about later. And that's part of my OCD story that I don't think I'm ready to talk about yet. Normally, I'm pretty open and ready to talk about things, but I think retroactive jealousy is something that I think I need to... It's just the most recent thing in my life that it has been a big, like, hard thing to go through, and retroactive jealousy is probably one of the hardest things I've ever dealt with in my life. I'm saying, like, my dad's death here, retroactive jealousy, like, here. I mean, that shit was really hard. That was the last thing. And now we're going to get into why I think you should shave your head or why you should do a hair transplant. There was a moment in time that really broke my heart. And I was playing basketball on the court with a few people, and we were running back and forth, and I had long, luscious hair just flowing in the wind, and I put it up in a man bun, and my hair was like pulled back tight in a man bun. I thought it looked cool, and I'm running back and down the court, back and forth, shooting, missing threes, airballing them. And as I'm running back, there's a group of like middle schoolers, like middle school boys playing in the corner, like kind of not watching our game, but they're like passing around a ball or something. And I run down this court and I run back, and as I'm running back, I just hear look at that guy's hairline. And I'm like, oh, fuck. It hurt. It broke my heart, man. But I finally realized, like, I was thinking for probably about 3 years, I've been thinking about doing a hair transplant. I'm like, should I do the hair transplant? Yes or no? I can fix the hairline. My hair will be thick, but pretty much they only do zones 1 and 2. So this is why I didn't get the transplant yet, is I went to probably about 6 different doctors, had different consultations. They all told me the same thing. They said, 1, it's going to be a lot of money. Like 15 grand, and that's with a discount if I make a video of it. So very expensive procedure. But zone 1 is here, like this part, and then zone 2 is here. But I'm thinning on the whole top, so I would need 2 transplants, one from zone 1, 2, 3, like 1 and 2, and then zone 3 and 4. So I would need the whole top done in 2 different sessions of transplants. And he said I'm like, the back of my hair is thinning too. He's like, you're gonna need like several hair transplants in your life to keep your hair. And he's like, and by the time you do all these hair transplants, 1, the back of your hair is gonna be thinner, and 2, you might not even have enough hair in the back to replace those 2 hair transplants. So if I do 1, 2, in the first place, I might not even have enough hair to do the back, but it could be thickened up with minoxidil. I don't know. They told me so many things. They're like, there's always an option. And I'm like, it just doesn't feel like there's an option. It just felt like I was trying so hard to like not be bald. I went to all these doctors and they all are like, you might need 2 or 3 hair transplants, but you might not have enough hair in the back to do it. And I'm like, so then I'll just be left with hair transplant here and nothing else? That's gonna look so weird. So I'm either bald one day when I'm 60 or 50 years old. If I'm gonna be bald regardless, then what's the fucking point? If I get the hair transplants now and then have white dots in the back, man. It just didn't make sense to me to drop that money, do a hair transplant this year, be bald, do a hair transplant next year, be bald, and then have the whole top, and then I'm 30, and then 10 years from now, once it falls out when I'm 40, I need to redo it again. It's just, like I said, after I told my friend this, Frank, he sent me a message back, and I think I screen recorded it. I don't know. If I did screen recorded it, we'll put it right here.
But I think that you place way too much importance on this fucking shit, bro. Can I tell you what looks worse than being bald? Is the guy that's going bald that keeps trying to keep his fucking hair. Shave it, dude. Shave it and embrace it, bro. Confidence attracts bitches, bro. Hair does not.
But yeah, that's what Frank told me, and he's like, dude, girls do not care about your hair. Like, and I was like, wait a second. Like, what do you mean girls? I'm like, I don't really care what girls think. And I'm like, well, maybe I do. You know, I feel like every man cares what girls think. They're like, oh, I want to be hot for girls. Nobody, like, I don't know, it's to attract people, to feel confident, to feel good. And they're like, there's a funny story where I was at a party in Hollywood. It was like an influencer party. It was so dumb. It was really bad. And I was just fucking with everybody there. I was like videotaping people doing TikTok dances and shit. So pretty much, you know how people pour like vodka bottles like in your mouth? Like, oh my God, take a shot, and they pour it in your mouth and stuff. Well, I had microfibers in my hair, which are these little tiny like black, well, it's colored to your hair. It could be black, it could be blonde, it could be whatever. But mine was black because my hair color, and it matched my hair color. And you like kind of dash it into your hair. It's this little like powder, like kind of like chalk almost. It's like powdered chalk. And I like put it in my hair, and it makes your hair look thicker so it's not like thin. And I wasn't wearing a hat this time because I was like, you know what? I should try these microfibers and see if anybody notices at the party, and I should blah, blah, blah. And it actually looked pretty good. Microfibers looked good. But then I went to the party, and they were like, oh, Liam, take a shot. And I'm like, okay, fine. And then I'm like taking a shot, and they pour the vodka all over my face, and it gets on my hair. And the black microfibers from my hair are dripping down my face, and it looks like just this black water is coming from my hair into my face. And it's like, that was so embarrassing. Those are the things that you're like I said, that's just like your insecurity. It's like you're trying so bad to hide something that it's like you're less confident. I don't know. Like the fact that you have to use microfibers to hide it feels like you're insecure, you know? And it's like, I don't want to be insecure, and I have been insecure in the past, plenty. I've also been very confident in the past too. It just depends on my time in my life. But yeah, that's another example of like, just shave your head, dude. Like just shave it. Shave off the insecurity. And also something that the hair transplant guy told me, he's like, dude, A lot of people come in here for their hair transplant, they shave their head bald, and they're like, I wish I would have shaved my head earlier so I know what I looked bald. I actually like the way I looked bald. You never know. Like I said, I could still be getting a hair transplant. I'll talk about my eating disorder stuff soon, maybe retroactive jealousy. If you guys like these solo talking videos, let me know. Subscribe, like, all that stuff. Remember, everybody, bald is better than balding.